Our top focus is Yakub Memon, the 1993 Mumbai blast convict, found guilty for the killing of 257 innocent people in 1993 and injuring over 700. Yakub Memon will now hang to death. He's exhausted all legal options. His mercy petition is now with President Pranab Mukherjee, who's already rejected it once in the past. That was in the year 2014. According to Nagpur Central Jail officials, all arrangements have been made for Yakub Memon's hanging. But our top focus story are the day's developments. Let's take a look.
It was Yakub Memon's final legal straw in a battle that has spanned 20 years, turning to the top court as the last glimmering ray of hope for the 1993 blast convict.
Counsel for Yakub Memon, Raju Ramachandran, said that the earlier judgments of the Supreme Court in the case of Shabnam protected his right to life under the Indian Constitution, and the procedure followed by the Tada court in issuing the death warrant was wrong in law.
But hope receded fast for the hardened convict as the Attorney General proceeded to make arguments for hanging him on Thursday, warning that the floodgates of review after review would soon open.
However, Attorney General Mukul Rohatgi said that all these years, what Yakub Memon has been doing is to delay the due process of law and frustrate the entire process.
But by 4:30 p.m., the three-judge bench had arrived at its judgment, choosing to uphold the warrant that sentenced him to death on the day he was born, 53 years ago.
याकूब मेनन की याचिका खारिज कर दी गई माननीय सर्वोच्च न्यायालय द्वारा, और उन्होंने कहा कि जो डेथ वारंट है वो इन ऑर्डर है। इसके पहले जो क्यूरेटिव पिटीशन डिसाइड किया गया था 3 जज द्वारा, वो सही है, और इनकी रीट पिटीशन जो फाइल हुई थी उसको खारिज कर दिया।
For Yakub's family, the verdict only ended a long drawn-out suspense over his execution.
Please, I have a full faith in judiciary. I have a full faith in Almighty. Please leave me alone.
And for those who confront the 1993 scars till date, the order meant the beginning of some closure.
बड़ा अन्याय हुआ है और बहुत लेट हो चुकी है सजा.
And in Nagpur, the jail that houses Yakub Memon is under a tight cover of security with just hours to go for the slated execution.
The Supreme Court has sealed the fate of Yakub Memon. It is not just the opinion of common citizens which stand deeply polarized when it comes to Yakub's hanging. The schisms and the divisions of opinion in judiciary were wide open with the split judgment, the split order that came yesterday from the Supreme Court bench. It is a rare sight when one sitting judge of the Supreme Court, Deepak Mishra, had to outrightly disagree with the judgment of Kurian Joseph that he gave in favor of Yakub. As far as Yakub's hanging is concerned, all doors as far as the courts of this country are concerned stand closed, as the Supreme Court has refused to stay the death warrant against him. With Mustafa in Mumbai and Amrita in Nagpur, this is Anusha Soni for India Today.
So at this point of time, all eyes on on President Pranab Mukherjee. He will decide in a matter of moments, we are told, anytime now. Will he once again either give mercy or reject mercy petition of Yakub Memon? Now, what will happen tomorrow? His final day on earth. Now, what will happen tomorrow is he wakes up at 5 in the morning. Prison officials will wake him up. They will give him a new set of clothes. Once he's woken up, the superintendent of jail, a medical official and another administration official, they will all examine Yakub Memon. This is his final day. He will then pray to his God. Once he's through with prayers, he will be given a breakfast of his choice. Once he's had breakfast, he will once again, Yakub Memon will be given a holy book. He will read that holy book. He of course has his will that he has to sign. Now, the district magistrate, the superintendent of police and a medical officer, they will visit him in prison. The medical officer will examine him. He will have to be declared fit to hang. Once that fit to hang certificate is given out, the next step starts. His will. Who is he willing his worldly possessions to? His will be duly attested. Once it is attested, Yakub Memon will be given a breakfast of his choice. That is his final meal. Yakub Memon will then be led after breakfast, after reading his holy book, after spending some time alone, he will be led to the execution block. There would be a simple cotton cloth that will cover his head. He will be taken to the block. His face will be covered before he enters the enclosure where he is to be hanged. This is what prison officials have told us. This is the standard operating procedure in place. Yakub Memon will be made to stand under the beam with the noose. That's the time his face would be completely covered. That's the time, around 7 tomorrow morning, Yakub Memon will be executed. But Yakub Memon is one part of the story. 257 people were killed in Mumbai in 1993 serial blasts, where one after the other, there were a series of blasts that took place. 700 plus people who were injured. Who were the others who were involved? Daud Ibrahim Kaskar, the main mastermind of 1993 blasts. Where is he today? He is at large. He is in Pakistan, protected by their inter-services intelligence. He lives in Karachi. His address is known to everyone except the Pakistani state, who refused to hand him over to India. Who else? Tiger Memon, Yakub Memon's elder brother, and the man whose rage was infamous in Mumbai, the man who put the RDX together, the man who facilitated bringing that RDX in India. Tiger Memon, he executed the bomb blast in 1993. He put the RDX together, that RDX that was procured from Vaha cantonment in Pakistan. He's hiding. He's sometimes in Saudi Arabia, at other times in Pakistan. Tiger Memon is also absconding from law. Who else? Anis Ibrahim. He's the man who shipped that RDX from the Vaha cantonment in Pakistan, and those RG grenades from Austria that were manufactured at Vaha cantonment ammunition depot in Pakistan. He shipped that weapons, all those weapons and explosives, to India. He is again hiding in Pakistan. Everyone knows where he stays. Pakistan government refuses to hand him over to India for investigations. Chota Shakil, one of the masterminds of Mumbai blast of 1993, he too is in Pakistan. The Pakistan government refuses to hand them over. So these are the other accused of the 1993 blast. Partial closure when Yakub Memon hangs, but full closure only when all the other accused in this case are brought to book. I want to quickly now cut across to Nagpur Central Prison, where India Today's Amrita Shedge joins me with the latest. Amrita, take us through what's happening right now and what happens from now till tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow morning.
Gaurav, all the preparations are made by the Nagpur Central Prison because this will be an important day for them. If we talk about the security aspects also, on the ground they have given all the security. Security has been beefed up inside the prison and also outside the central prison. Not only around the area, but definitely in the entire city. There is security beefed up on the airport, then also at the RSS headquarters. At every point, at every check naka, there is police deployed. Police is checking each and every vehicle. They are also making it sure that if some car from outside the Nagpur comes, then they are checking each and every vehicle. Article 144 has been imposed, and for that even media personnel are not allowed to go inside the prison inside the prison area.
Okay.
From last 2 or 3 days we were all standing outside the prison area, but now they have said that even media people should stand from
Section 144 in place. Stay with me for a moment, Amrita. I want to bring in Arun Bhagat, former director of the Intelligence Bureau. Now, Arun Bhagat had a key role to play in the investigations of the 1993 blast. He was then the joint director of investigations in the Central Bureau of Investigation. Mr. Bhagat, any bargain, as you see today, even today, we are looking at a number of people who are protesting outside the Rashtrapati Bhavan saying, you're hanging a man who wasn't directly involved in the 1993 blast. The president should give him mercy. Would you buy that argument, sir?
The multiple courts have examined this matter with great thoroughness. Over years, different judges, different levels of scrutiny, and the Supreme Court itself has come to the conclusion that this man is guilty without an iota of doubt. Now, how can anybody have a different view after the highest judiciary, the judicial process has taken place, and at every level a fair opportunity for arguments of the defense was taken into consideration. So I do not agree. I feel that these people are just being emotional and irrational. How can they contest the fact that this judgment has been given by multiple courts?
Okay, so what you're saying is those people who are protesting, and we're looking at those people on the screen next to you, they are being emotional, they are being irrational. Are they also not raising questions about the integrity of not just our investigation process but also our judicial process? Mr. Bhagat, these people also say that India knew nothing about the involvement of Pakistani state and ISI in the 1993 blast till the time Yakub Memon kindly came and surrendered and gave the CBI all information. You investigated this case. Tell us, sir.
There's no question about it. I mean, we were able to trace where this arms ammunition had originated. And also we got evidence from abroad, from Austria, where the hand grenades had been made and the consignment numbers by which they had been sent to Pakistan army. So where's the question about it? I mean, we knew about it right from the very beginning. And then there were people, there were as many as 15 people who were trained in Pakistan. Their passports we were able to collect. From there we saw that they had disappeared from Dubai for about 15-20 days, 1 month.
Yes.
There was a departure stamp on them, but no entry stamp of any country. So where's the question about it? I mean, this is total ignorance, and they have not gone through the evidence which is all there in black and white in a number of courts in India.
Absolutely. Government of India knew of Pakistan's direct involvement even before Yakub Memon decided to surrender. Waha Cant boxes were found at the Memon family house, that RDX that came from Waha cantonment. Apart from that, the grenades that came from Pakistan. That's one part of the story. Any grounds for the president to grant this man mercy because of the information he gave to you, because he came back to India and shared intelligence with the CBI and the IB? Any grounds for mercy, sir?
Well, any accused who is interrogated, he divulges information. So what is so special in this case? We did interrogate him, we got a lot of information out of him, and we worked those leads, and we were able to get other culprits and criminals and terrorists as well. So as far as the grounds are concerned, I do not know what his petition contains, but there again, I must say that a thorough process has been there, and he was convicted, if I am not mistaken, in 2007, and this is 8 years on when his petitions and I mean, so much of thought and so much of planning has been gone into for these petitions. But what about the time they took in deciding that they must kill thousands of people, injure thousands of people, and destroy and destruct the life of a city? There was no planning then.
And this man, Yakub Memon, was directly involved in that. Yakub Memon was directly involved in planning to destroy Mumbai city, kill innocent Indians. That's one part of the story. And that there are no mitigating factors that he came back to India. Did he come back on his own? And you spearheaded that operation. Did he come back on his own, sir? Or was he nabbed and brought back from a friendly country? Mr. Arun Bhagat, you headed the Intelligence Bureau. That point of time you were in the CBI. Give us the inside story, sir.
Well, what's the inside story? I mean, it's all out in the open. He was caught in Nepal when he was boarding a plane going back to Pakistan after meeting with his lawyers. And he was handed over to Indian authorities who brought them to India. That's it. So where's the question of bargaining? I mean, you don't bargain in 2 minutes before a man boards a plane. going back to a country where he has taken refuge? I mean, what type of argument is this?
Okay.
What is the basis of this? I cannot understand.
So you say that all of this argument, former judges signing petitions, members of parliament signing petitions, eminent jurists signing petitions, what do you make of all of this? And you've been at the forefront against the war on terror for in a very crucial time when our country was facing Pakistan-sponsored terror. Mr. Bhagat, what do you make of all these petitions?
Well, is there going to be a rule of law or no? All right, yes, mercy I can understand. Everybody can plead for mercy. And that's what they are doing. I mean, they are doing this purely on an emotional basis. After all, you must have faith. You must have faith in the country's legal system. And this is recognized internationally, world over.
Okay.
And once they have gone through the process with virtually with the comb and teeth comb, so where is the question of any doubts about the correctness or the authenticity and the truthfulness of the judgment that they have given and the hard work and which the investigation agencies had put in?
Spot on, sir.
170 over
Mr. Arun
170
Bhagat,
people were prosecuted.
stay with me for a
100 of them
moment.
have been convicted.
I want
mean,
to quickly cut across to Nagpur Central Prison. Joining me now with the latest is India Today Group's managing editor Rahul Kanwal. Rahul, is everything taped up for Yakub Memon's hanging at 7 tomorrow morning?
Gaurav, there's huge curiosity here right outside the Nagpur Central Prison where we are. There's a crowd of onlookers. If you can just pan our cameras and show there are people, they've got their smartphone cameras on. They've turned up. Nagpur is out on the street. This is in some sense a place where people want to be this evening. They're here, they're wanting to click pictures. They're also cheering for Yakub Memon's execution. This is very unfortunate for sure. The media, one second. The media has been about 500 meters away from the Nagpur Central Prison. Section 144 has been imposed, which essentially means that there is a curfew in this area. Not more than 4 people can gather right next to Nagpur Central Prison. But despite that, these people are out. These people are all out, and they want to see what's going on. This, of course, is something that they've been waiting for. Right. All of them that we've been speaking to in the few moments that we've been here want Yakub Memon to be executed. I've got Sham Divani. He's a well-known lawyer here in Nagpur, one of the best-known lawyers practicing here at the High Court. I want to understand from you, sir, give our viewers a sense of what all will happen through the day tomorrow leading up to Yakub Memon's execution.
So tomorrow, as per the prison rules, the rules will be followed. But the rules provide for everything, because the condemned prisoner will be waken up, and then the rope, which is already tested twice, that rope will be used. The rules provide for the persons who can be present.
So that's actually very interesting, Gaurav. The fact that this rope was once tested a week ago, the rope has been tested today. There's a special kind of rope, and all of this, his height, his body weight, the height that he'll hang from, all of this is now being chalked out. Preparations in place for this execution. I want to speak to some of the people who've gathered over here to see what they make of this execution. Sir, यहाँ पे section 144 imposed है, यानी कि कर्फ्यू है इस एरिया में. आप लोगों को तो यहाँ पे होना ही नहीं चाहिए किसी को भी.
नहीं, लेकिन हम लोग out of curiosity we are waiting here to see just this historic moment for we Nagpurians. For the first time.
Sir, we are used to that kind of things. It's a new approach for us. That's why we are looking.
No, but nobody wants to turn this very somber occasion where justice is being meted out into a tamasha. Don't you think that your presence with these smart cameras, everybody taking pictures, turns it into a voyeuristic exercise?
We feel fortunate enough to see this execution being executed at Nagpur. This is for the first time, I think. Maybe for second time we are seeing this.
Second time हो रहा है. इससे पहले 1986 में हुआ था. लेकिन
we are eagerly waiting for execution of the Yakub.
No, but this is obviously not. This is obviously not a tamasha, right?
Yes, we have been waiting for.
No problem. We are all Nagpur's citizens are coming for only tribute to Mumbai citizens.
वो
लॉस
कई लोगों का ये मानना था कि याकूब मेमन की एग्जीक्यूशन नहीं होनी चाहिए क्योंकि उसको इंडिया लाया गया इस प्रॉमिस के साथ कि वो केस में मदद करेगा, इस वजह से उसको हैंग नहीं करना चाहिए.
We are finally happy that justice have been done. Whatever excuses he want to take, he has already resorted to all the remedies, and finally justice has prevailed. So we are very happy that he will be hanged tomorrow.
Well, I think Gaurav, this is in some senses exactly what everyone was trying to avoid. These people are flocking around our cameras, and much as I